Like a montage in a movie, right before the hero dies. Like the first time that you listen to your favorite singer live. Like an echo in a canyon, like tears but you're not sad. Like a sunrise on a mountain, yeah, I wanna move you like that. Ooh, ooh, oh, I wanna move you like that. Like a symphony at sundown in the middle of July. When a lyric really gets ya and it breaks you down inside, yeah. Like the home that you were raised in, like faded photographs, like the thrill of Christmas morning, yeah. I wanna move you like that. Ooh, ooh, oh, I wanna move you like that.
What's going on, guys? You all here, and welcome to Confabulate, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. I'm your host, Will Sanchez. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I don't know if you can tell you guys, but I'm really sick. I sound very different than that song that you just heard. Thank God I recorded that song like a few weeks ago because I'm extremely sick, and I've been pushing recording for so many days now. But I got an episode coming out Monday. Today's Saturday. And I'm like, I gotta get this done. I know I'm really sick and I can't even work. I can't even focus right now because I just don't feel very well. But the show must go on and I gotta get this done. So thank you for tuning into this episode. Today we are breaking down Meaning of Life by the one and only, the legend, Kelly Clarkson herself. I've been so excited for this one. You guys know how much I love her. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Kelly Clarkson. And not only I wouldn't be the singer I am today, but I wouldn't be the person I am today without her. She has quite literally saved my life. I love her with all my heart. And I remember when I first went to her concert for the Meaning of Life tour in Oakland, and just seeing her perform was one of the best days ever. And I've gone to her talk show like 5 times now to see her in person, and I finally got to meet her in she was doing like a karaoke search for her talk show, and I finally got to meet her and I got a picture with her and she signed my vinyl. And then I went to the talk show the next day and she remembered me. I was waving at her and she was like, "Didn't I meet you the other day?" And I was like, "Yeah, we met yesterday." And she's like, "Oh my God, well thank you so much for coming. I love the letter, by the way," because I wrote her a letter, and the fact that she remembered and that that it was from me too. And then when I came again, like the month after, because I surprised my mom with tickets, she loves Dwayne The Rock Johnson, so I surprised my mom with tickets and took her to the Kelly Clarkson show. And Kelly gave me that look like she remembered me, because I was wearing a t-shirt with her face on it, which I've worn like 4 times in front of her. She's never noticed. So I'm like, you know what? If Kelly doesn't notice this shirt today, I swear to God. So she did notice it, and she gave me a look like she's seen me before, like she recognized me. And yeah. So I love her so much. She's the queen of my life, and it's no secret how much I love her. She has a new album coming out this year. I'm super excited, and I can't wait to see her again and to hear new music. She's one of the greatest singers that I've ever stepped foot on this earth. And I literally have here in my notes, little rant about Kelly Clarkson, because I'm supposed to give a little rant about how pissed off I am, how she's never gotten the appreciation that she deserves. I'm very sick, so I do not feel like talking about a lot of that right now. But all I'm going to say is that I will never forgive each and every single one of you for sleeping on Kelly Clarkson. Like, I know she was really big back in the day, and everyone knows who she is, but I'm sick and tired of people just not appreciating her gift and appreciating her as an artist and a songwriter, and just her as a person. She always gets overlooked. I'm sick and tired of it. And also, this album, Meaning of Life, is one of her best albums that she's ever put out. And for some reason, it never hit number 1. None of the singles really went big, no one really appreciated it. And it pisses me off because it's interesting because back in the day I would listen to the radio and I heard like talented people. And now you put on the radio today and you hear popular people. And there's very few artists today in music that can like really, really sing, that they just need a piano or a cappella or something, that they're so great. And Kelly Clarkson, more than 20 years into her career, she's still doing that. There's very few people who can really, really, really sing, especially today. But from her generation, after 20 years, there's very few that are just like getting better and better. Like I think of her, I think of probably Beyonce, Christina Aguilera, Pink. There's very few people like up to 20 years into their career where they're still like singing, like not even singing, but like really like blowing the roof off the freaking building. And Kelly does that with every performance. She sings every day on her talk show. She is incredible. She's a legend. And it's about time that she gets the recognition that she deserves. So yeah, thank you to those who are listening. I know there's every time I post something like Kelly related, the fan base just like loves it. I know Kelly's fans are so freaking incredible. I see that on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram. I see it all the time. And it's like the best fan base, and I love that. And I know there's going to be a few that are going to be listening to this, so shout out to y'all. Let's start. So this is Meaning of Life. Meaning of Life was released on October 27th of 2017. We haven't gotten an album since then. We did get a Christmas album called When Christmas Comes Around, and we got the Karaoke EP, which she did 6 covers. Okay, I thought I had a sneeze. This is going to be rough for me. I've never really recorded an episode like this sick before. So we're still waiting on an album, and this is the longest we've actually waited for an album. So this was her first album with Atlantic Records, because she was still with RCA, which is another record company that she was with since she won American Idol. She was with that contract for about 15 years, and Meaning of Life was her first album beyond that contract, which was with Atlantic Records. So this was like a big new chapter for her. She called it a musical footprint. This album was the album that she's always wanted to make since she was a little kid. Meaning of Life is gold certified and has sold over 500,000 copies, which is incredible. It's really great, but I feel like she should have sold way more. This album is so incredible. This album is considered like soulful pop. She is a pop singer, but she wanted to make it more soulful because she is a really great singer, but she wanted to make that album inspired by her favorite singers like Aretha Franklin, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, and Vogue, and Bonnie Raitt. This album became her 8th consecutive album to debut on the top 3 of the Billboard Hot 200. This album got a Grammy nomination for Best Pop Vocal Album at the 2019 Grammys, which she lost. I think she lost it to Sweetener by Ariana Grande. It was a tough category, but I thought Kelly had like a big chance of winning, but she didn't, which is okay. The Meaning of Life tour became her best-selling tour of her career, which is insanity. That's so great. Good for her. During the promotion of the album, Kelly received the 2017 Powerhouse Award at the Billboard Women in Music. She received the Icon Award at the 2018 Radio Disney Music Awards. She got a Hall of Fame induction at the 2017 Nickelodeon Halo Awards. And Billboard ranked this album in the top 50 best albums of 2017, and Rolling Stone ranked it at the top 20 best pop albums of 2017. Meaning of Life was a great era. I do have like one issue with it. I don't know if I'll talk about it now or maybe later. I guess I'll say it now. The promotion of it was a little iffy in terms of the singles, because Love So Soft was the first single, but she also released it with Move You, so she was kind of like promoting those two songs at the same time, but more so Love So Soft she was doing. But then I Don't Think About You is a ballad that was released as a second single and got a music video. She promoted it a few times, but then she was also promoting like Whole Lotta Woman around that time, and also promoting Medicine. And then Heat was released as a single like a year later. there was a lot of songs, and then Didn't I is a song here that she was promoting as well, and a few other like stuff. There's just a bunch of songs going on at the same time. And I know she did say before, she was like, she loves every single song, and she doesn't care what the singles are, she just wants to sing them. Um, but it was hard for me to keep up with like, what is the single? What is she promoting? Why is she singing this instead of this? Um, but the Meaning of Life album was just perfection. I remember I bought it for Black Friday. Um, I did, 2017. I was a senior in high school. Now I just turned 23 last week. I just turned 23. And yeah, so I was 17, now I'm 23. Oh my goodness. I feel old. It's like kind of like when Adele releases music. Like 21 came out when I was 11, 25 came out when I was 15. Um and then her recent album 30, I was 21, right? Yeah, I was 21 when 30 came out. So, add on like 5 or 6 years every time an Adele album comes out. Without further ado, we can dive in now. So our first track here is called A Minute, in parentheses, intro, written by Andre Davidson and Sean Davidson, Jim McCormick, and Katie Pearlman, produced by The Monarch. This is just like an intro song, kind of like giving you the vibe of the whole album. It's really cool. My mom relates to it a lot because the whole lyrics is just like, sometimes I need a minute to myself. I gotta chill. And I was so excited when Kelly said that. I don't know if it was Kelly or just someone close to the Meaning of Life tour, but that they were gonna do like a full version of the song during the tour. And I was so excited because the show I was going to was the first one of the tour, so I was gonna be the first one to hear it. And they just like extended it. They made it a part. Kelly was doing this thing called A Minute and a Glass of Wine online, where she does like a live stream, and this song kind of ties into that. So it's kind of like, sometimes I need a minute. That's my own. That's the original, but in the tour it was like um I just need a minute and a glass of wine to breathe in. Da 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 da. Sometimes I need to unwind. It was so good. I'm not gonna sing anymore. I'm too sick. But A Minute intro. Just kind of introducing the whole album. It was part of the Meaning of Life tour, and yeah, it's a really cool song, and she does this really cool like head voice kind of moment, which is so pretty. But yeah, that's kind of just the intro, which is a cool song. Moving on to the second track we have here. Gotta open up my notebook here. We have Love So Soft, which is the very first single of Meaning of Life. I remember listening to Love So Soft, and when that chorus hit, when that beat dropped, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a hit. And it kind of was a little bit, like it had its small little moment, but I thought it was gonna be huge, and it just wasn't, and it kind of disappointed me. But I love Love So Soft. This song is written by Jesse Shatkin, Priscilla Pinier, all right, and Maureen Marcella McDonald, produced by Jesse Shatkin and Priscilla, and also Maureen. Like I said, it was the first single for Meaning of Life. It peaked at number 47 on the Billboard Hot 100. It wasn't even a top 10 hit, and that already like frustrates me. That song was so good. The music video for Love So Soft was directed by Dave Meyers, who is a legend in the music business. He's directed so many iconic music videos. Go check it out. Literally from Firework to Katy Perry to I think he was a part of, no, the last music video he did for Kelly was Breakaway. But he did like Positions, Ariana. He's done a bunch of just pop music videos, which is, he's such a legend. And I need tissue and I don't have any, so I'm gonna be screwed here. Love So Soft was nominated for a Grammy at the 2018 Grammy Awards for Best Pop Solo Performance, which I talked about this, I think, in my Kesha breakdown. How frustrated I am on who took it. I love Ed Sheeran, he's one of my favorites, but Shape of You should not have won that. I'm not even gonna dive into that. Kelly performed Love So Soft on the Today Show, The Ellen Show, America's Got Talent, The Graham Norton Show, the 2017 American Music Awards, and during her carpool karaoke with James Corden. Love So Soft is a song about all of the different forms of love. Love can be explosive, love can be defiant, love can be bold, love can be sexy and sassy, and all of the different things. So we have all of these different setups of how love can come across. It's just an intimate song on a fun, sassy level. That's what Kelly had to say, which it is. Like, and what I love about this album, actually, every song you can feel it. It's soulful pop music. You can feel it. It's coming from a place of like from the inside. You know, I've been saying this for a while. Every time I sing like church or gospel music or soulful music, sometimes I want to sing Aretha or Mariah or Etta James, and it comes from a place that's like not the same if I'm just singing pop music. It's very hard to explain, but every song on this album is just so phenomenal. And Love So Soft is cool because she hits like this whistle register up there, which she's only done like a few times, maybe live. I think in the carpool karaoke she did it live. Everywhere else, I don't know if you heard my ringtone. It's Kelly Clarkson. Someone texted me. Um, Love So Soft is so good. It's so good. And then the horns and oh my goodness. Love So Soft is that bitch. Um, I'm trying to cuss less because I know I've cussed a lot in all these episodes, but then I realize how many like young people listen to this, and I'm like, okay, I gotta stop cussing. But if it comes out, it comes out. Like I'm talking about Kelly fucking Clarkson, you know? Um, all right, let's go to the next track. This is Heat. Okay, Heat is one of my favorites on this whole album. It might be my number one favorite. It does change a lot, but I love, love, love Heat since the beginning. He is written by Andre Davidson and Sean Davidson, Jessica Ashley Karpov, Michael Pollock, and Mick Schultz. Sorry. Um, oh my goodness. Come on, Yoel, power through. You can do this, Yoel. Okay. This song was produced by The Monarch, Mick Schultz, Jesse Shatkin, and Ashley Karpov. I don't know if Ashley, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your last name incorrectly. I'm so sorry. I wanted to give all the writers and the producers their credits because, you know, they made these songs. So I am going to say their names, but if I mispronounce them, I'm sorry. All right. So Heat was the third single from the album. It actually hit number one on the Billboard Dance Club songs. Look at Kelly in the Dance Club songs. All right, now, it's in my gym playlist. I love Heat. Heat is so good. Kelly performed it live on the Today Show, the 2018 Radio Disney Music Awards, the 2018 US Open, which, those of you who want to argue with me about Kelly doing the halftime show at the Super Bowl, y'all need to watch her halftime at the US Open, and that'll give you what you need, because she did that. She performed this at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. She actually broke the tradition. I don't know if you guys know this, but at the Thanksgiving Parade in New York, all the performers usually lip sync, and they've been doing that for years, which is hard to sing live because if you're on a boat, they don't call them a boat. What do they call them? Do they call them boats? I don't know what they call them. The thing that they go on and then, oh my god, I'm messing it up. But the performers, it's hard because there's no band and to get all the sound equipment on there, so they just kind of lip sync. But Kelly was like, nah, I ain't gonna freaking lip sync. Kelly's a real singer. So she sang the song live, and like, how cold is it in New York during the holidays? 15 degrees? I went, it was like 10 degrees. 15, 20 degrees? I don't know. So she was singing, and she broke the tradition, and I was very proud of her for that. So good job, Kelly. She also sang Heat on The Voice, and on the morning show. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that show with Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston. Kelly did a little cameo doing Heat on the show, and it was really good. So Heat is a song about, I don't know why I say Heat is a song, like, no duh, it's a song, Yoel, like, shut up. No, but it's about being fully committed in a relationship. Kelly and her husband at the time, they'd put their kids down to bed, and she said it was like date night every single night. They don't want to be that one relationship where the passion is gone because they're too tired. And that's what the whole song is about. Give me the heat, give me the flame, make me feel the spark again. You know, we got to keep the fire going in the relationship. And I've read that and seen that in relationships a lot. They kind of lose the passion and stuff, and then it kind of just dies off. Heat is about keeping that flame going. And Heat is just so good. Y'all got to listen to Heat. Everything about it, the instrumentals, the backing vocalists, Kelly's vocals, it puts me in such a good mood. He is really, really, really great. y'all gotta make sure to check out Heat. And there's a, I don't think she did a music video. I think she did like a fan made, like a compilation of the fans, um, doing Heat. And did she do it at the Meaning of Life tour? She did. I believe she did. Or did she? I don't know. Any Kelly fans listening? Did she sing this in Meaning of Life tour? I don't remember, because it's my favorite. But you would think I would have remembered, but I really don't. But He is my favorite. We're gonna say that that's my favorite song. He is so good. The notes, everything she did, incredible. Yeah. So that's it for Heat. Um, our next track is the title track of the album. It's called Meaning of Life. Meaning of Life was written by Jesse Shatkin, Ilse Juber, right? And James Morrison and Catchpole. Produced by Jesse Shatkin. The music video was released on Mother's Day in 2018. And Meaning of Life is so soulful. Her voice. Oh, she performed this at the Billboard Women in Music. Just a piano version of it. So good. Her voice in this song, so freaking incredible. Oh my god. Well, this song, I think of, she finally found the meaning of life. You know, at the time she was married, she still has 2 kids. Started a new contract, like I said before, and she made it, you know, and she found the meaning of life. And it was being happiness and being content and just happy with your life. So that was meaning of life at the time. And I do have notes here on my phone. I don't know why I take notes on the notebook, and I also do it on my phone. So let's see. The song, Kelly said, well, they kind of quoted it. They're like, she sings passionately about how beautiful true love can be. Oh, I didn't know this. That Meaning of Life was originally recorded for her Piece by Piece album, which that was her album in 2015. And which is so cool that she basically kept this Meaning of Life song and showed it to the producers or whatever later on for the project. So she can be like, yeah, I want my album to kind of like have this kind of vibe. And I didn't know that she kept it, because thank God she did, because I don't picture Meaning of Life being a part of Piece by Piece, because Piece by Piece is kind of like a full-on pop record, and Meaning of Life is very different from that. So thank God she kept it, and she kept that whole vibe for the album. So that was a great move for Kelly. So she felt like it didn't fit in with the album, with the other dance pop heavy tracks. Instead, Kelly kept it in her back pocket to demonstrate to the songwriters and producers the direction she wanted to take for her follow-up record, which was named after this song. Meaning of Life is a song that started the entire project. The vibe, soul, and message of the song was very critical to show other writers and producers of the new direction we were going to go with. What else did I want to say? Kelly Clarkson told the UK Metro newspaper why she made Meaning of Life the title track. She said it was the first to be written for it, which in turn signaled a departure from previous records. It's also a statement about how I feel right now. There's something to loving your personal life and your work life, and being able to choose who I work with after my American Idol after my American Idol contract finish. It feels like a new chapter, and it is, and it makes me so happy. I remember watching her singing this song. I'm like, wow, she's finally singing the stuff that she wants to sing, and it's so refreshing to see. Meaning of Life is incredible, and her voice in it, my God. Oh, and then when the backing vocals come in during the bridge, Jesus, that's so good. That's it for Meaning of Life. Our next song is Move You, which is a song that I did in the beginning. I love Move You. Move You is all about wanting to make the person feel the way that you're feeling. You know, like, I want to move you. And like the comparisons that she makes is so good. Like, you heard some of the lyrics that I was singing in the beginning. It's about being in love and wanting to make this person feel special. Move You was written by Nick Ruth, Amy Cunny, and Molly Kateketsner. Right. Oh wait, that's 2 separate people. I can't even read my writing. It's Molly Kate and then also Kestner. right, and produced by Nick Ruth. Movie was released with Love So Soft. I remember when they both came out at the same time, and I was looking at them in the iTunes charts, and I'm like, well, they're so different. And Love So Soft is kind of like a soulful pop, big song that I see on the radio. But then Movie was just more. She was using a part of her voice that I wasn't used to hearing. It was more lower and soulful, and I loved it. And Movie was so good, especially towards the end, because it kind of starts kind of slower, but then the second half is kind of more explosive, and she's hitting some notes. Movie is so good. Like I said, this song is about wanting to have an incredible impact on another person. She also premiered this song on the Today Show. She sang it, and it's a beautiful love song too. If you guys like love songs, check out Move You. And I'm gonna shout out Jamie Miller for a second. I love Jamie Miller. He's one of my favorite singers, and he's inspired me and changed my life. And I got to meet him 2 times, and he remembered me, which is super cool. But he did a cover of Move You, and Kelly Clarkson reposted it, which is so cool. And then eventually he got to perform on her show, and she talked about it and that he covered her song. Move You is so great. So yeah, it's actually one of my favorites. It's gonna be a part of my top 3. So far I think, yeah, my number 1 is Heat, and then we'll do Move You, and then my third one is coming up pretty soon. So that's it for Move You. Our next track that we have here is Whole Lotta Woman, which she is. I loved reading about the meaning of Whole Lotta Woman because I know that this is Kelly's favorite song, like in her career. You know, I think it was right up there with, like, was it Miss Independent? Yeah, she loves to sing Miss Independent after 20 years, but Whole Lotta Woman is her favorite new song. And in her, like, song bracket thing that she did a while ago, Whole Lotta Woman took the number 1 spot. My mom loves this song too. Yeah, Whole Lotta Woman is so great. It's written by Kelly Clarkson. Thank God she finally wrote a song. I was looking at it and I'm like, I didn't know that Kelly didn't write a lot of the songs on this album. She wrote like 4 out of 14, which is a shame because I love when she writes songs. I'm excited for this new album because I know she's been writing a lot. But sorry, I have to yawn. Okay, I'm good. My goodness. What, I already lost my train of thought. No, I love it when Kelly writes songs. Before I was kind of writing down all my favorite Kelly songs, and she wrote every single one of them, which is so great. But I love it when she writes. She's one of my favorite songwriters, so I love it when she, writes songs. So this is written by Kelly, Jesse Carvinen, Denisha Blue June Andrews, Brittany Chi Connie, Yvonne Barnesser, and Jesse Shakin. Quite a few songwriters. Produced by Jesse Shakin, Jucifer Novowav, right? And Fade Meja. Butchered all you guys' names. I know you guys are not listening to this, but I'm so sorry. Kelly performed Whole Lotta Woman at the 2018 Billboard Music Awards, which is the best performance of the song. She killed it, and the energy that she gave was so good. She performed this on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, also in her carpool karaoke with James Corden. And I have notes here on my phone about Whole Lotta Woman because it's quite a bit. So, so they said that, in an interview that she did, the media has always been obsessed with Kelly's size. And, she has felt conflicted over the years. And she didn't know if she was going to, like, address it or talk about it. Because then you kind of just, like, add it to the noise. And Kelly said, but people like me to talk about it. People like it when I talk about it, so I don't really mind carrying that flag. I love that people come up to me and say, because you are comfortable in your own skin, you have made me more comfortable in mine. That's the best compliment ever. And Kelly has made me feel more confident in my skin. I've struggled with my body for as long as I can remember. Whether I was too big or too skinny, or, size small, medium, large. My body has always changed to this day. I'm never really consistent with it. And I've really, really, really struggled with it. It's been one of my biggest insecurities. And to see Kelly be so confident and happy with her body, no matter what shape or size she was, made me feel more content with mine. So I love that about Kelly. Um, Kelly said, "You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of people running their mouth. I'm a whole lot of women, accept it or walk away." And I love that. She also addressed it in another time. Um, Kelly was just tired. She's like, too skinny, too fat, too blonde, too much, blah, blah, blah. This is who I am. I am happy. And happy looks different on everyone. And fun fact, um, there's a feature in this song. There's a little unknown band, right, called Earth, Wind, and Fire, which I didn't know. Earth, Wind, and Fire, they play the horns on this track, which is so great. Um, but that's what a whole lot of women is about. Kelly's finally like happy and accepts herself the way she is, and she's kind of like, "This is who I am. You gotta take it or leave it. I'm a whole lot of woman, and you better fucking deal with it." And I love it. It's such a confidence boost. It reminds me, I've been saying this for years. I could be tripping, but this song reminds me of a Bruno Mars song, like 24 Karat Magic, or like the Guess Who's Back Again. They don't know, don't tell him. Because then Kelly comes like, "What? Say it ain't so. And the South against no river, baby, hot full of grits." Like, I don't know, like the sassiness and the passion and the this talking vibe reminds me of a Bruno Mars song, and it's so cool. Um, yeah, I love a lot of women. It's really great. Um, but she sings it all the time. That's like her number one song to perform, and I'm like, God, like I love it, but not as much as Kelly. Um, all right, you got this, UL. You could finish. Um, I'm not even close to being finished, but we got this. So, our next song that we're gonna be talking about is Medicine. Oh, I forgot about Medicine. Damn it. Okay, it can't be in my top three, but I love it, love it, love it. We'll make it number four. Yeah, Medicine was one of my favorites from the very, very, very beginning. Um, yeah, mostly because it did remind me of Mariah Carey, Emotions. And then I heard Kelly talking about it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Medicine was written by Mick Schultz and Ashley Karpov, produced by both of them as well. Kelly performed this on The Voice in 2017. This is a 90s influenced number, similar to Mariah Carey's Emotions. Yeah, because I remember in the chorus it was like, what is it? Watch out, your love, da 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 da, hoo hoo hoo. Like the background vocals, they do like a hoo hoo hoo, and I'm like, that sounds like Emotions. It sounds so much like Emotions. And Kelly said, "I wanted to make something like the albums that I was inspired by when I was in junior high. If En Vogue or Whitney or Mariah were going to make an urban pop album now, what would that sound like?" And really well said, because Medicine, oh my god, Medicine is so good. I thought that was going to be a single with a music video and on the radio. It was perfect for the radio. Medicine was so good. Um, what is it about though? Um, Maybe I should have looked up what it. I don't think I could have found it online. All I could find is that Kelly wanted to make just kind of like a soulful pop song, and was inspired by Emotions by Mariah, and it was really good. Even that kind of like effect that she did to her voice, like, "You get me high, never got me lit, never bring me up and bring me down. I'm through with it. You in my medicine." Like, damn, I always feel so cold. I always feel so cold. Gotta let that go. I gotta stop singing. My voice is not there. Medicine is so good though. Y'all gotta check out Medicine. The next song that we have here is Cruel. I couldn't find a lot about Cruel. But I did find that it was written by Andre Davidson and Sean Davidson and Ashley Karpov, and it was produced by Jason Halbert. I love Jason Halbert. So Jason and Kelly, they've been working together since the beginning of Kelly's career. Jason is Kelly's musical director, or I should say music director, because he doesn't like to be called musical director. And he produced this song for Kelly, but now he writes and produces with her all the time. And I really wanted to meet Jason, and I was this close to meeting him. So when I went to the karaoke search, they were filming some things for the talk show, and once they were kind of done, or at least when the band was done with their portion, I saw Jason and the band walking away, like they're gonna leave, and I was like, oh my god, should I like chase after them and like tell Jason to sign my vinyl, because I'm actually a big fan of his. but I knew I was gonna miss my spot, and I might have like not been able to meet Kelly. So I just stayed there and just kind of watched them go away. I'm like, bye, Jason. I'm sure I'll meet Jason one day. But I did get to meet Jocko, which is Kelly's guitarist, when I went to the talk show. After that, I sat down, and Jocko was kind of sitting on the steps talking to this girl right in front of me. And I know who Jocko is because I'm a big Kelly fan. I'm sure no one in the audience else, like, they knew who he was. So I'm kind of like, Jocko. And he turns around, and I'm like, hi, I'm Yoel. I'm such a big fan of you. And then he shakes my hand, and he's like, oh my God, thank you. I'm like, yeah, I'm such a big fan of all your guys' covers. You guys are so talented. And yeah, it's so nice to meet you. And he's like, oh, bro, thank you so much. Turns out, and I didn't know this till after. So kind of the show goes on and whatnot. And then the girl that was sitting in front of me gives me like a guitar pick that says Kelly Clarkson Show, and on the back, it was Jocko's signature. And she's like, this is from my brother. And I'm like, oh my God, that's his sister. Jocko's sister was sitting right in front of me, and that's why he was talking to her. And I tried to get Jocko's attention, but he was busy. So he gave me a gift, and I still have it right there. I'm looking at it. So that was very, very, very sweet. Kelly's band members are all sweet. I can name them all right now. That's how much of a fan I am. Um, so yeah, that was really cool. I even lost my place. I didn't even know where the hell I was. Cruel. Oh, we're talking about Cruel. Um, Produced by Jason Halbert. So one day I'm gonna meet Jason Halbert, but he's really, really sweet. I've seen a lot of interviews with him, and he's really cool. I'm such a fan of his. Cruel is my mom's favorite song. She loves to sing it. She plays it all the time. Um, yeah, and Cruel is basically about um well, basically in the chorus, she's like, don't be cruel. It's taken all of me to love someone like you. But in the verses, she's like, I guess this man was just so shitty to her. Like, you called me hysterical. You did this to me. You did that. You made me feel bad. Um, but didn't I give you everything? Like, I loved you. I was still there for you. Um, that's basically what it is. And I'm like, typical men. Like, that's what cruel is. Just don't be cruel. Remember, like, everything I did for you and everything, and I continue to do for you. Um, yeah, that's what cruel is basically. I couldn't find a lot about it online, but it's my mom's favorite. So, hi mom. The next song we have here, actually the next few, I couldn't really find a lot online, but hopefully I'll be able to talk about it a bit. The next song we have here is called Didn't I? Written by Andre Davidson, Sean Davidson, Audra May, and Pearlman. Produced by The Monarch and Jesse Shatkin. Kelly performed this song live with Seth Meyers. She performed it on the Today Show and also recently on the Karaoke Classic on the Kelly Clarkson Show. Didn't I give you everything, baby, baby? Didn't I remember not long ago? Oh my God, did I flip the songs? What's Cruel? Am I supposed to close my eyes? Okay, Cruel and Didn't I are very similar for me in terms of the meaning. Okay, let's go back a little bit because I'm like, oh my God. Cruel in the verses, oh my God. So they're actually very similar. I'm probably going to repeat myself. But in the verses, Kelly kind of says something, like, am I supposed to fall asleep and close my eyes when you're not home? I want to believe you, but I wonder if you're all alone. Like, how would you feel if I did the same shit that you're doing? You know, I'm sure you won't be okay with it, so I'm not okay with the shit that you're doing. So stop being cruel, and please be aware of everything that I continue to do for you and how much I love you. So stop being an asshole, basically. That's Cruel. So now we have Didn't I? But it kind of ties together because Kelly's kind of like, didn't I give you everything? Like, you got the best of me. Like, didn't I give you everything? Didn't I do this? Didn't I do that? I give you everything that I could have. And you're still over here being a little, you know? So they're very, very, very similar. Didn't I is actually my least favorite on the whole album. But I'll listen to it and I'll sing it. And then the verses, like, remember not long ago you called me hysterical, you called me this, you called me that. But I still gave you everything. You know, do you see the comparison between them? So yeah, that was Didn't I? And she did sing it recently again on the Kelly Clarkson show. She does these like karaoke classics of songs of hers, either if they're big hits or not. Which I'm still waiting for Sober for her to do that. Um, she did what was that one she did? Tightrope. I love Tightrope, and she did it. I need Beautiful Disaster, Addicted, and I need Sober. I need her to do that. That's it for Did and I couldn't really find a lot about those two. And also this next one. This is a song called Would You Call That Love? Written by Kelly Clarkson and Greg Kurstin. Greg Kurstin is a legendary producer and songwriter as well, who's worked with everyone from Sia to Kelly to Adele. He's incredible. So they got to write this song together. Would You Call That Love? He also produced it. And this was a part of the Meaning of Life tour. And I also have notes here on my phone about Would You Call That Love? And I didn't know Greg Kurstin and Kelly, they wrote Stronger together, which is really cool. So he actually has a lot of hits. Kelly was inspired. She drew inspiration from watching several couples in her life break up, or in movies and TV shows. Sometimes they'll say like, "I never loved you," anyways. So she kind of got that inspiration from that lyric, "I never loved you." And she's like, how can someone say that after being with each other for so long? How devastating is that? If that wasn't love, then what would you call that? So that's kind of like where the song was inspired from. And turns out Kelly didn't really want this on the album, but the CEO of Atlantic Records kind of convinced Kelly to include it on Meaning of Life. And they said, "Would You Call That Love?" almost didn't make it on the album because of me. Craig fought me on it and told me straight up that it was. Told me straight that it was. It was what? They freaking wrote this wrong. It's because I'm hard on myself. The whole album is very sensual, very sassy. I felt like it was the only one that had a different vibe about it. But that was the thing that everyone loved about it. I'm so happy we kept it on there. Yeah, it's a little bit of a different vibe, but I love it on there. Yeah, I love it on there in her voice, and oh my goodness. Yeah, this song is kind of just like when you look back on everything that we went through, was that love? Everything that we did together. Would you call that love or would you not? And back to that thing before, yeah, that's true. I've seen that many times. I never even loved you. Then, bitch, why were you with me for so long? If that wasn't love, then what was it? Was it all fake? Was it all for show? Yeah. So that's Would You Call That Love? And our next song that we have here is I Don't Think About You, which was the second single for Meaning of Life. It was written by Andre Davidson, Sean Davidson, Michael Pollack, and Ashley Karpov. Produced by The Monarch and Michael Pollack. She performed this live on Seth Meyers, on the Today Show, on the Ellen Show, The Voice. This got a music video also, which I need you guys to watch. Is a really, really sad, actually, music video, but it's about her life. Little like chapters throughout her life. Kind of ties into Because of You a little bit. And it's an extremely hard song to sing. Not everyone can sing this song, but Kelly sings it so effortlessly. This song is so great though. Yeah, that's I Don't Think About You is about the people who hurt you. You used to it's about the people who kind of like I don't even want to go too far as like to destroyed you, but really like burned you and left a negative impact on you, but you're still moving on with your life and doing your thing and you're still going forward, right? And I have more notes here about I Don't Think About You. Let's see. So, these are kind of quotes from people, but this is Kelly talking. Jessica was talking about a situation in her life, and I was like, once you get to a certain age, you don't have the time to worry about it. You get old enough when you're like, okay, cool, it didn't work out, and you're kind of a douche, but thank you for making me a stronger human. Let's just move on. I wish you well, but I wish you not near me. And that is such a strong, like, mature way of looking at it. You're like, yeah, you hurt me and you piss me off, but whatever, I'm gonna move on and let's just part ways, and I just don't want you in my life anymore. You know? Um da-da-da. The lyric seems to echo the songstress' volatile relationship with former RCA boss Clive Davis and her split from the label. Yeah, and if you see the music video, you can see that tie-in, how her old label and people she worked with kind of like treated her. Um, Kelly said that she hoped the choice would connect with listeners who've been burned but kept moving on. Her choosing this as a single, she wanted to reach more people, and I know a lot of people can relate to this. I think it's important that even if you're having a hard time, to have that light at the end of the tunnel on these songs. And I Don't Think About You is basically saying, like, just so you know, I was wrecked a bit, and it did deter me maybe for a minute, but I always continued my path, and I always continued to do what I loved, and you didn't stop me. You didn't break me. You might have come close, but you didn't break me. I think that's really important, and I think that's what happens a lot, which is unfortunate that that happens a lot. But I'm sure every single one of you can relate to someone just ruining your life, trying to be a prick. But you move on and you get up and you keep doing your life. Yeah, so that's I Don't Think About You. This shit got deep really quickly, but yeah, I just want to make that very clear. Our next song that we have here is Slow Dance. This is a really sexy song. It's kind of slower, but her voice in it, oh my god. Jesus. Slow Dance was written by Nick Ruth, Amy Cunny, and Molly Kate Kussner, and also produced by Nick Ruth. I couldn't find anything online for it. Anais, if you're listening, I know Slow Dance is your favorite song. It's kind of, well, she starts it off, she's like, you're tall, dark, and handsome. You're charming and then some. How did you go from being a mama's boy to a ladies' man? I'm not coming home with you tonight, but you could hold my hand. And then the chorus, we can take it slow and I can show you how to slow dance. It's just kind of like a slower, sexy song. But then her voice really goes big at the end. She hits these notes. Yeah, and then the guitar solo is really cool. If you want kind of like a soulful R&B kind of vibe, check out this song. It's really, really great. Yeah, so that's Slow Dance. And we have two more songs here. We have Don't You Pretend, written by Kelly Clarkson, Jesse Shatkin, and Marina McDonald, produced by Jesse Shatkin. I couldn't find anything on Don't You Pretend either. But I always say the song reminds me of, have you guys ever seen the movie Coraline? If you listen to the chorus, like the background vocals, they do like a, I don't even know what they say, but it's like dun 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 dun. But the way they say it and the words they say, it reminds me of Coraline, something that they'd say in Coraline. This is kind of like, she's just kind of saying, don't you pretend you were there for me, don't you pretend like you ever loved me, this and that. I was always good on my own, I never really like needed you. That's Don't You Pretend. And it was very close to not being on that album. She's kind of like the same vibe as Would You Call That Love, but she decided to keep it on. I would have loved to hear the song live. I don't think she's ever sang it live. But Don't You Pretend is a really, really great song. I actually really, really like it. And she hits this whistle register, I believe. If it's not whistle, it was just like a really, really high like head voice that she did. But towards the end of it, and it's really, really good. And the background vocals that she does, oh my goodness. And I love the chorus when that beat kicks in. In the second verse on the background vocals, oh my god, like don't, what is it? Gonna try to deny. Oh my god, it was so good. I'm gonna go listen to it. I forgot how good this one was. Oh my god, is it raining? I feel like I hear rain. Of course it's raining. I'm gonna get more sick. The last song of Meaning of Life is a song called Go High, written by Kelly Clarkson, Jesse Shatkin, Maureen McDonald, produced by Jesse Shatkin. This song is like a full-on pop song. But the production of it and the auto tune was really well done. The way they did that, like, wow. And it was cool because Kelly was inspired by Michelle Obama's speech, so she decided to write a song about it. And Kelly has told Michelle Obama about it a few times, which is really, really cool. I have notes here on my phone, so let's see what I put. Here Kelly sings about taking the high road when not nice people do nasty things. She used Michelle Obama's "When They Go Low, We Go High" speech from the 2016 Democratic National Convention as inspiration for the track. When Michelle said that, I was like, that is the perfect idea for this song. Everyone relates to that. No one has gone through life without relating to, at some point, having to take the high road. Which is actually got to take the high road. When they go low, we go high. People want to go be negative and say shit. You respond with positivity. You always have to be better than them and always do better, basically. But make sure to check this one out because even towards the end of it, the little instrumental's like high, high, high. When you go low, I go high, high. It's a good song. So just kind of like vibe and dance and bop with. Some people didn't like it, and I was like, why? It's so freaking good. I don't understand it. Go High is really, really good. And I made it to the end of this album breakdown. I didn't think I was gonna make it. Oh, my voice. Jesus, take the wheel. Thank y'all for checking out my breakdown of Meaning of Life by the one and only Kelly Clarkson. I really appreciate it. And it's been fun. And next week we have, do I want to spoil it for you? Yes, I do. We have an Ed Sheeran album coming out, but I'm not going to tell you which one. But you can probably figure it out. It's one of his best albums and probably his most popular album. Yeah, thank you guys for checking out Kelly Clarkson Meaning of Life breakdown. Make sure to check out the NFL Honors this Thursday, which Kelly Clarkson is hosting. She is the very first woman to host the NFL Honors. And make sure to check out the Kelly Clarkson Show Monday through Friday at, I don't know when it is, 2 or 3 p.m. But she's also on Hulu and on Peacock and YouTube, so you check her out. And stop sleeping on her, please. Make sure to freaking support her and listen to her music. And her album is coming out this year, and you have to listen. And if you don't, you will be hearing from me. So that's it. Thank you for checking out Confabulate. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I love y'all. Thank you. Bye.